Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know it's been a while. I last posted a tutorial I think 5 weeks ago. So today I've come with this baby. I'm using a 3.5mm hook, this one, and then this shade of pink. So yeah, let's begin. Make a loop. I'm holding 2 because the yarn is quite thin. So make a loop. You're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is our chain of 10. And then after, we are going to begin doing single crochets from the second loop, this second loop from the hook. 1, 2, put a single crochet and continue putting single crochets until the end of the chain. I wouldn't say this tutorial is beginner friendly, so I'm a bit fast. Hold on. So these are our single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 for my waist. So we're going to continue doing single crochets until you've made this long enough for your waist to pass through your hips. Chain 1, turn your work. So from here we are going to be working from the back loops, not the front loop, back loops. So we are going to begin with this very first loop at our back, like this very one. And we do single crochets, do single crochets until the end of the row. I'm trying to be a bit slow, but my hands can't help it. We have one space left. This, put a single crochet like this, then chain 1, turn your work. Start from the very first loop at the back, put a single crochet, and continue till the end of the row. It should be looking like this. Your work should be looking like this. Chain 1, turn your work. So continue doing the same thing. We are going to continue doing this until the end. Yeah, I'm going to continue doing mine off camera until I meet you with one that is long enough. Then we can continue. You see how it's looking? It helps it to be able to stretch. Chain 1, turn your work, continue until you have this long enough to wrap around your waist. and your hips. It should be able to stretch enough to pass around your hips and able to fit, to give you a perfect fitting for your waist. Okay, so I have made this is long enough to wrap around my waist. So I'm going to do one more and then we can join it together. So chain one, working in the back loops with a single crochet. Sorry. Yep, so this is it. So I'm going to join this to this one. You can use a tapestry needle or you can also use slip stitch. I'm going to use a slip stitch to join mine. So wrap up the yarn and then I'm going to be slip stitching in these loops. Like this. I'm using the back loop and the front loop for this. But you can also use a needle and stitch it together. Whatever you want, whichever option works for you. Okay, like this. This is going to be my waist for my booty bottom. It's stretchy. It stretches through, can pass through my hips, and it can hold my waist. So after that, we are going to do a row of double crochets. This row of double crochets. I'm coming to the end of my row 1 from the waist part of the half double crochets, and this is it. So I'm going to slip stitch into my first loop and slip stitch. Yeah, this is it. So my row 2 from the waist, this is my row 1 from the waist. So my next row, I'm going to be doing these 3 double crochet in 1 loop and skipping 4 loops, and again doing 3, putting 3 double crochet in the next loop. Let me show you how to do it. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, put in this loop, the second loop, 2 double crochets, Then we are going to skip 1 2 3 4 5. We are going to skip 5 loops, actually 4 loops, and so we are going to chain 1 2 2 3. We're going to chain 3, skip 1 2 3 4, come in the 5th loop and put a double crochet, 3 double crochets. Do the same, chain 1 2 3, skip 1 2 3 4, come in the 5th loop, put 3 double crochets. You're going to keep doing this until the end of the row. 2 3 1 2 3 4, 5th loop, put 3 double crochets. You will continue doing this until the end of the row. I'm coming to the end of my row, so 1 2 3. Since I didn't really count, so I have to make sure they are equal, so I'm going to skip 5 here instead of 6. I want to just add 1. 1 2 3 4 5. Come here, I put 3 double crochets, then chain 1 2 3, and slip stitch, and slip stitch in the very first double crochet, like this. So this is how your bottom should be looking so far. So I like having this part at the back where I joined the stitches together at the back. So I'm going to look for the center loop from this and the back side. So from the back side, I'm going to take this as my center loop. I have already counted these. I have 32 of these, so I have to make sure I have 16 of each to create the center. So I'm going to count to 16. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is my 16th from here. That means I could actually make this the first one. So let's do like this. And like this. So these are 16, which makes these 16. You can count yours too to confirm. So this is going to be my center. I'm going to be using this as my center, and so I'm going to be using this, as my center. Make sure you have equal sides. So since this is my center, I am going to put, it's going to have, I'll show you later anyway. So you're going to first chain 1 2 3. This is going to act like our first double crochet. Then after the 3, chain again 1 2 3, making them 6. Then put 3 double crochets in the space. Like this. Then chain 1 2 3, put 3 double crochets, Sorry, I get distracted and I get the work off camera. Then 1 2 3, put 3 double crochets in the loop. So you're going to keep doing the same until we shall meet at the center here. So I am reaching my center point. Chain 1 2 3, do 3 double crochets. So when you reach in the center, you're going to chain 1 2 3 at the center. You are going to do 3 double crochets, like this. Sorry if I get distracted off camera. 3 double crochets like that, and then after you're going to chain 1 2 like this, then do 3 double crochets again in the same loop, like this. Then chain 1 2 3 and continue doing the same thing you've been doing. Okay, I'll meet you again when we reach this stitch mark, however the back one where we started from. I'm coming to the end of this row. So we are going to repeat the same thing that we did at the center here, this where we started from. Chain 3, put 3 double crochets, then chain 2. So we started with a chain of 3, so that was like our first double crochet. So now we are going to just add 2 more double crochets, and then we are going to slip stitch 1 2 3 on the 3rd loop. We slip stitch like this. So you remove the stitch marker. Your work should be looking like this at the moment. So we're going to our 3rd row. You're going to first slip stitch in this loop and then chain 3 and put 2 more double crochets, like this, and then chain 3, put 3 double crochets, chain 3, put 3 double crochets, like this. Okay, I'll meet you at the center where we did this. So I've reached the, I'm coming close to the midpoint or the center. 1 2 3, chain, put 3 double crochet in the loop like this, then chain 1, 2, 3, put 3 double crochets, chain 2, put 3 more double crochets in the same loop, a total of 6 with 2 chains separating them. Then you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and continue with your work. I'll find you where we began from, here to where I started from. So we complete a row, chain 3 and make 3 double crochets, and chain 1, 2, 3, and do 3 double crochets in the loop that we skipped in the center, chain 1, 2, do another set or cluster of double crochets. Like that. Then chain 1, 2, 3, and do a slip stitch here, like that. So after, we are going to turn our work like this and slip stitch and do 1, 2, 3, chain 3, do 2 double crochets more. But this time around we are not going to chain 3, we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and do 3 double crochets, then chain 2, do 3 more double crochets in the same loop, like this. Then chain 2, do 3 double crochets in the next loop, then chain 3, do 3 double crochets, and continue with the chain 3 now. We are using a chain 2 now here to make sure this is not really too wide and too saggy. So chain 3, do a cluster of double crochets, 3 of them, chain 3 until we meet here. I'm coming close to my center, this one, so I'm going to do my cluster of double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets in the loop, So we're going to do the same thing that we did here, this one. So we're going to chain 2 and do 3 double crochet in the loop that we skipped. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, do 3 more in the same loop, chain 2. Don't forget, because it's now 2, we are going to keep doing chain 2 here until the end of the 10 rows that we are going to be doing. So do 3 clusters, then now continue with chain of 3, until we meet at the end of the row where we began. At this point, your work should be looking like this. I've come to the end of my 4th row from the waist. Actually, it's 4th row of the skipping loops rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus this 5th. So this is my 5th row. So chain 1, 2, 3. Put 3 double crochets. We are not going to chain 1 because we had to chain 2 because we had already done it here. So we're going to chain 3 and do a slip stitch. Like that. Yeah, so at this point your work should be like this. So you're going to turn your work and slip stitch here. Put 1, 2, 3 as our first double crochet. Put 3 double crochets and skip 3 loops. 1, 2, 3 loops and do 3 double crochets. So this is how it's going to be. You keep working going that side. You're going to keep doing the same thing I've been doing until you have 10 rows, inclusive of this one, of the half double crochet row. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, starting my 6th. You're going to continue doing the same, not forgetting to skip 2, to chain 2 instead of 3 when you're about to make these clusters in the center. So do that until you have 10 rows, inclusive of the half double crochet row. I'll meet you there. Hey, so I've reached the last row. 2, 3. Chain 1, 2, 3. And close up. So this is it. I've reached here. So we are going to have to put this row of double crochet after we have done the middle part. So now this is our next part to work on. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. So I'm going to cut off this. I'm going to first chain one and cut off the yarn. So at this moment your piece should look like this. Like this. We are going to work on this part, and it's actually nothing changes on how I did it. The only difference is that we are going to continue with this, but this time around we're going to be putting 2 double crochet, then we chain 1 and put 2 double crochet in the same loop. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so we're going to make a loop, whichever way you know how to make your loop. Going to make a loop and fix it in this loop, this one, and chain 3. And chain 3, 2, 3, put another double crochet like this, chain 1, chain 1, I want it to be exact, put another 2 double crochet like this. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, enter in this first loop and slip stitch, enter in the center loop, slip stitch, then chain 3, then put a double crochet, then chain 1, put a double crochet, 2 double crochets like this. We are going to make 7 of these, or 6 depending on the size that you want. Me, I'm going to make 6. Continue, chain 1, enter in the first loop, in the second loop with a slip stitch, enter in the center in the loop with like slip stitch, then make a chain of 3 and then a double crochet. The first chain acts like the first double crochet, then chain 1 space, then put 2 other double crochets. Then chain 1, turn your work, skip this, enter in the second loop, slip stitch, enter in the center, slip stitch, then chain 3, enter with a double crochet, chain 1, put 2 more double crochets, chain 1, turn your work, skip the first loop, go in the second with a slip stitch, enter in the center with a slip stitch, chain 3 until you have the length of your middle part that you want to make. It's the same, sorry. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have one last to make. Chain 1, turn, skip this, enter in the second with a slip stitch, enter in the center with a slip stitch, chain 3, then put a double crochet, then chain 1, then put 2 more double crochet. So we are going to join it here with a slip stitch. So I'm going to enter in this second last loop from the center with a slip stitch, then enter in this loop, and in this loop pull up, enter in this loop and this, pull up the yarn, enter in this and this, and then finally this and this. If you want, you can make 3. I just wanted to use 2. Then make a single crochet, and yeah, so this is our bottom so far. Now our next step is this double crochet. We are going to put it all over this side and this side. So let's begin with this side. I had already chained 1, so I want to use this side. My good side is this one. So I've already chained 1. I'm going to add 2 more to make a chain of 3. Then do double crochets all around. Yeah. Like this, all around until you come back here. I'll find you there. And please don't always forget to comment with any, like, you can put at you can tell me what you want me to do a tutorial on next, because even this was a request and I'll do that. So you can put it in the comments, or you can message me on my IG page at ghcrochetcug. Then I'll make sure I write it down and make sure a tutorial is done. So you can always put 2 or 3 depending on what you want. So I started putting 2 in my chain space, 2 double crochets, because I don't want it to also be too saggy or baggy. And like this, I want to show you how to do the double crochets along this part. So you're going to get the very first double crochet. This is where we're going to be putting our double crochet, this one that goes upwards. Like this, and then come here, put a double crochet, then 2 double crochets, then come here on this loop for this double crochet, the very first loop, put a double crochet, 2 double crochets, come on the loop, put a double crochet, 2 double crochet, come at the loop, put a double crochet, come at the loop, put a double crochet, so it should be like this. So we're going to join this on this. Come on the third loop of the chain 3 and slip stitch chain 1. So this is, we are done with the first part. We're going to go on this second one. Where's my scissors? Cut the yarn, pull it out. So we are done with this first one. We're going on the second one. Okay. So you're going to make a loop. And then insert it on the first, on the loop, on any loop. You can start from anywhere you feel like. And chain 3. After, continue with a double crochet again all around. Put 2 double crochet and put 1, 2, 3. Just make sure you do the same thing you did this side. So this is how it's looking like. So we are on the last part of our piece, and this is it. So what we are taking as our front, I just put some designs, but I didn't put all through. You can decide to make it all around. You can also decide to do like I did and just put on this part. And I'm going to just do this. So chain 3, put 2 more double crochets. After, skip 1, 2, 3, 4. Come to the, wait, hold on. Skip 1, 2, 3. Come in the 4th. Slip stitch like this. And then chain. After slip stitching, sorry, it's not chain. You're going to slip stitch above 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this. And then you chain 1, 2, 3, go back into the 8th loop, put 2 double crochets, like this, and then again chain on top of 8. Wait, sorry, after this, skip 1, 2, 3, go in the 4th, slip stitch like this, then chain. I'm so distracted, sorry. After, slip stitch 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so like this. Then chain 3, put 2 double crochets in the same loop, then 1 2 3, go in the 4th, slip stitch, then continue slip stitching 8 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like this. I'm going to do 6 of these here and 6 of these on this side. 1 2 3, put 2 more, then 1 2 3, go in the 4th, slip stitch, then slip stitch on the 8 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is, I'm going to make the last one of this. 1 2 3, 1 3. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3, go in the 4th, slip stitch, then slip stitch like 5 more times, just to keep it firm. And then single crochet and cut off the yarn. This is how it should be looking like. Gorgeous. Color is so beautiful. Damn. It's a pink, but now it's nighttime, so it's looking like beige. The rest I'm going to illustrate for you, because we are done with this. Do the same thing we've done here, this side. If you want, you can circle entirely, but me, I just did from here to here. I just did 6 of these and 6 this side, and then after, make a chain and weave it through in. You can skip 2 if you want, you can skip 3 if you want, you can skip 4 or 5, the way you want, and then you put your string. I'm out of time. Bye. In case you want me to illustrate more about anything in this tutorial, please write it down in the comment. Thank you so much. Bye. Love you guys.